Hari Om and welcome to all the Divine Atma Jyotis. Let us continue our contemplation of Bhaja Govindam. Today it is Shloka number 21, 22 and 23. Who would like to begin?
Okay.
Would you like to? Yes, Saravanaji.
Yeah, so this one is about out of delusion, ignorance, due to the desires, one keeps taking birth, keeps going through the cycle and keeps suffering again and again. So someone has to prick or like pinch the person who is stuck in this, and like wake the person. So that's where the prayer to finally to God through His grace to help.
Very nice. Would you like to continue the other shlokas also?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of.
Sir, sorry, Saravananji, what is the question? Like, I couldn't hear. The connection went for a while.
We are contemplating 21, 22 and 23. And Saravananji has started speaking. He spoke about 21.
Okay. Okay.
And on 22, he is formulating his feelings.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yeah.
Do you need some time, Saravananji?
Yeah, this one, like maybe I'm just trying to. Okay, maybe I'll skip this. Let's go to the next one. Let me see. Yeah, so yeah, this one is finally about like the one we finally have to question ourselves about, like who am I, and like go to the root question, right? How did I come here, right? And that question, the deep contemplations should reveal lot more, will reveal lot more truth, right? Otherwise, if one is occupied in some work continuously all the time, you're not going to get out. It's like the rat on a wheel, right? You just keep running. So how will one get out of suffering? If you just keep repeating the same thing, you are not going to get anything different. So the only way is to pause, get out, question yourself, and like find out. And obviously, with the help of jnana from the master, that will help. But one cannot just keep doing same thing every day and expect a different result.
Wonderful. And now, in the light of that, would you like to connect to this one?
Yeah, for some reason, this one is not either the words, the sentence is not making full sense to me. Maybe I'll wait for others.
Okay, sure. Who would like to go next? Padmaji, would you like to? Maybe there's an internet issue. Shubhaji?
Yes, sir. I don't know, this word Mura, the Asura Mura, it brings the story of Mura, where why do we celebrate on the occasion of the Deepavali, why do we take oil bath? So I don't know if all of us know that story.
Please share it, and then you can connect.
I don't know if I can connect, but that story literally on the day of Deepavali, my husband was telling me the story. I found it really very, the significance of why we have, why we take oil bath. It's like every occasion, everything, every ritual, what we follow, it has some story behind it. So it's nice to know the story behind it. So why we take oil bath is Krishna and Satyabhama had to kill Mura because he was creating havoc in the everywhere. And Krishna, all the devas went to Krishna and said, "You have to help us." So Krishna and Satyabhama go to kill Mura. But Mura had a boon that he can be killed only by his mother, Bhudevi. So in the battlefield, when the battle was going on between Mura and Krishna, Krishna gets injured. And Satyabhama, seeing Krishna injured, kills Mura. So the boon also is says that only Bhudevi can kill him. So Satyabhama is nothing but Bhudevi. Bhudevi form. So that's how Mura gets killed. In the battlefield, Krishna, the whole body of Krishna is blood, mud, everything. So he comes home and only with oil those things can be taken off. So that is how the tradition of taking oil bath on the day of Deepavali, the story of taking oil bath comes from. So I just wanted to share this story here.
Very nice. Now, how do you relate that to this today's shloka?
I don't know how I will relate, but all I can say is we take repeated birth, repeated death. And this repeated death and repeated birth need not be our janma, in the sense that every day we take birth, every day we die. And so this transmigratory process, which keeps happening every day, and it is difficult to cross. Even now, it's like in our mind, okay, how will I, when JJ asks us a question, that's like each step of the way is like difficult for us. So when we have to cross each path, each second in our life, it is only the grace of Krishna that can help us cross all these paths, is what Shankaracharya ji is trying to help us. If we have full faith in him, if we put our mind and soul into his service, our path becomes very difficult. So irrespective of birth, death, and we keep taking birth and lying in mother's womb, it becomes easier. The path becomes easier for us, is what Shankaracharya ji is trying to put our focus on.
Wonderful. This one?
A person may be wearing rags, or he may be a yogin, or whoever it is. It doesn't matter, as long as he takes the path of identifying himself, or becomes a Brahman. Then he has no problems in life, is what he's trying to say. Just like a child or a madman. A child and a madman, they don't care who is around or how it is. If you look at a child, the child will laugh even for small things, because the child is at bliss all the time. Same way, the madman doesn't know what is going around. He will just go on laughing or doing things on his own. So, so that is the state we have to be in, or that is the state you will reach when you have realized Brahman, is what this shloka is trying to tell us.
So there is a statement about given up to yoga. So the mind given up to yoga. So as if, it has given up. And
it doesn't mean that you have given up on it. It means that you have given up the day-to-day things, what we do, is what I understood that.
Okay. Wonderful.
And ultimately, one second, sir.
Yeah.
So ultimately, he wants us to realize that whoever is there, we have to inquire within. At the end of the day, our question is, who am I? That is, we have to self-inquire as to who we are. So who am I is the question. We looking at all the other shlokas, if I have to connect this, we have to ultimately get into the path of get into the path of self-inquiry, and that can happen based on the picture I'm seeing here. It starts with puja, japa, and ultimately it leads to self-inquiry.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Subhaji.
Thank you, sir.
Deepaji, would you like to share your views?
Yes, sir. We keep taking birth and we die. Again, the cycle keeps on repeating. But we are here in this shloka. It's a prayer to the Lord to save us through His grace to come out of this cycle. That's it, sir.
Okay.
The saint whose mind revels in Brahman is just like a child, which would be blissful.
How do you understand that beyond merit and demerit?
It doesn't identify itself with anything good or bad.
Okay.
And
how do you connect to the yogin whose mind is given up to yoga?
The yogin doesn't think that he's a doer or the enjoyer.
Okay.
And thus he will always, his mind will always be occupied in the thoughts of Brahman. So he would be blissful like the child.
All right. Anything more you want to say here?
That's it, sir.
Is it a practical approach, whatever that is being said here? Is it even possible?
For a person who has an intense desire to get liberated, for that person it is practical, sir. But when it comes to us, it's difficult.
Okay.
When it comes to me, it is difficult.
Okay.
Not that purified. I mean, my mind is not that purified like the saint.
Okay.
It
What
still
is
takes.
what is the yardstick by which you say that your mind is not purified? Or say any of our mind is more purified than yours? How do you measure it?
On a daily basis, when I see myself, I can see the negatives in me, though I try hard to overcome them. So I still categorize myself to be in the negative side itself. So I feel I still need some time. Though I'm going through these classes, when it comes to patience, I sometimes become very impatient and then realize that I have been so bad. Yesterday, I went to my daughter's school, and in the evening when I came, I was so much tired. I was not able to do anything here at home. And my husband was asking me to do some, I help him in his business. So he was asking me for some help. I got impatient and I was like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Though helped him at last, but then there wasn't any need to be impatient, isn't it? So when such things happen, I feel it's still very difficult for me.
Why I posted that question is because sometimes it is also possible that we aim for perfection in whatever we do in life. Many times it's possible. Like how do we really decide like what is the level of patience that is required in a certain situation? It may be different for you. It may be different for me. All these qualities, whether it is anger or any emotion for that matter, it is very difficult um, to evaluate everyone in one single this thing, isn't it? Like just now you said about impatience or patience. So it is okay, I feel sometimes that okay, you were really tired. It's not that your intention is what matters, isn't it? Your intention was not to not help your husband or say anyone in your family. But if you are physically tired, say, is there really anything you can do about it? Because even if you want to help, you may not be physically able to do, right? So these kind of situations arise. But as women, I think sometimes we take too much upon ourselves and think, oh, I should be the one who should do this. I should be the one who should do this. So there is one perfection that we are aiming towards. That itself is not correct, isn't it? Because I was someone like that, say many years ago. So when you have some idea of this is how I should be, you will always be lacking in something, right, towards that aim that you are having. And that results in more and more self-doubt, self-criticism. That is not going to do any positive thing to you also. Forget about others, but even for yourself, right? Because then we keep saying, oh, I am not good enough. I am not good enough. Or I have not done this. I should have done like that. This is the way we talk to ourselves then. Is that really like helping when we say, I am not good enough? Rather, if you say, in spite of being tired, okay, even though I was impatient in the beginning, or I said I will not help you, but you still help, isn't it? That is
Yeah.
something commendable, isn't it? Even though I don't know whether you were feeling mentally tired or physically, but still you did it. You helped him. So maybe that is what we have to look into ourselves more, because that way you will not always be self-critical. See, one thing is we are critical of other people around us. That is also one habit that some of us might have. Other than us, everybody else is at fault. And then the reverse is also true. Sometimes everyone else is good, only I am at fault all the time. That is also possible. So I think you have to come to an equanimity in both. You have to be practical in both. You cannot always blame others also, and you cannot always self-criticize. That is not good for you.
Yeah, Padmaji.
Yeah. Just think over it when you have time. Sometimes, Deepaji, writing can help. I used to do that to overcome this self-critical thing that we have. Okay. So yeah, just try that. Yeah.
Then let me also add, are we not learning that I'm not the one who's going through all these experiences, rather I'm the one who's witnessing? Is the senses, the body, all those are going through those changes, and they'll continue to go through those changes. And because the nature of the body is that the body will never be will never have infinite power. Whoever it is, like, the body will still have the limitations, because it's a body, it's a changing one. It's and rather, like, but I'm not that. And again, the mind will continue to think and criticize and do all the things, nature of the mind. Are we not, by overemphasizing on that body mind, are we not making it look real than it is? And what at least I have been understanding is, I'm not that. I'm the one which is who is seeing all these things. Even what I call as my body is also outside me. Yeah, same as every other thing in this world. Like, at least I've been repeating this again and again. I'm that unchanging, pure, infinite bliss Atma. So if that is I'm perfectly fine. Yes, even I had a week where my senses were triggered by the comments from a colleague, and the mind reacted. The mind got agitated. The mind made all those statements. But then, like, it came and it also went. It is still there in the memory, which is why you and me will look back and say, "Oh, we reacted like that." But like, what I'm going through this sessions is, like, not to empower the one with the limitations and try to be that. Rather, like, I'm saying, I'm reading it again and again, that I am not this body, I'm not this mind, I'm not this intellect. They will never be the perfect, infinite power, absolute one. Rather, I am the one who is powering that, or like irrespective of whatever it is.
Yeah, sir.
I see that like it's about where we associate oneself. Like the more I associate with the body mind, I think the suffering will continue. But can I associate with Atma?
That actually needs some preparation beforehand. Before I enter the house itself, I have to make my mind prepared that anything may go wrong today. Be patient, and if I'm prepared that way, I think all this will work out. Now here what happens is I go out. I just mingle with so many people outside and come back, and then when when I come from outside, I'll have so many influences from outside as well. Maybe that also actually deviates me from my path. That's the reason all such things happened yesterday, and still some effort from my side is required.
Would
The
Rupa
world
ji
outside
add
doesn't think
anything
like.
more? Sorry, Deepa ji. Please complete what you wanted to say.
The world outside is different and it doesn't think like the way we think. So when I go outside, speaking to them and all, maybe all that, um, I mean, kind of pollutes my mind. And when I come back to my place again, some of such influences, would be there on my mind, and I react that way, I believe. So there's still some preparation required before going out from the house or coming back to the house. Just reminding myself that I am not the body, not the mind, and preparing my mind not to react negatively may help. Then repenting later.
Does Rupa ji have any views to share?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have also experienced this, but I feel not everyone will repent. Not everyone will feel guilty about their actions. But when this happens, when we feel guilty, when we repent about whatever is being done by us, I think next time the degree of those negative emotions will come down. Anything will not happen overnight. Anything will not happen all of a sudden, no, sir. It takes time for us to get control over our own emotions. That's all, sir.
So your viewpoint is because not everyone repents, it's okay that you also don't repent.
No, I'm not saying that we should not repent. But this repentance is actually helping us to get control over our negative emotions. Next time when such a thing happens, if she compares her reaction to the such situations, she may find it that find it less when compared to the previous time.
Okay. So what you are suggesting is repentance is okay, and that helps one to evolve.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Shubhaji, you have any suggestions to add here? Any views?
Sir, I feel the jnana is already there. That's why she had that thing that I am wrong, and then corrected herself. So she's in the right path. It just takes time, and we keep reiterating. All of us, rather even I go through that. So I do realize that I am wrong, and rather the jnana comes immediately. That okay, don't react, just respond. So all these things, all these classes do help us in which helps us in getting us to the right path, and realize that what you're going to do is wrong. That whatever we say, the consciousness inside immediately tells us, okay, don't react, just respond. So she's in the right path. With practice, it comes.
Okay. Very nice. Any other thoughts? Anyone else? So ultimately, Deepaji, it is you who has to see what is that helps you. See, there are only two kinds of thoughts. There are thoughts which empower you, and there are thoughts that can disempower you. There are thoughts that can help you evolve. There are thoughts that can help you go down. So the festival that we just now celebrated is also one of the aspects of that is Naraka Chaturdashi. And who was killed? Narakasura. Naraka Asura. So the Asura who rules over the Naraka. What is Naraka?
Hell.
When a thought is disempowering, I go to hell. Meaning what? I have fear, anxiety, tension, worry, sadness, depression. That is like the hell. Because where is that hell? If I have a pleasant feeling in my mind, I say, oh, very nice. The unpleasant feeling in my mind, the unpleasant feeling about life is what I usually say as, oh, I wish that hell is not repeated for even my enemies. So the hell, Naraka Asura. So who is the Asura of the Naraka? Who is that? Who is the captain of that ship? You only. And who has to now send him down or help him evolve? Is Murari. Who is Murari? Murari is like the oil that we put on our body. Murari is like the oil that, when the oil is put, even if somebody tries to catch you, your body slips. So you won't be caught. So oil is like the jnana. When the right jnana is there is no way one can escape from interacting with the world. And the world is out there to ensure that inner stability happens. Please see, without the world, how can anyone come to the inner stability? In a game, how do you know that you are able to play that game well? Only when you are in a match. You may have practiced 100 times hitting the ball in net, but when that real match is happening, when the spectators are screaming, and when the opponent team is looking eye to eye, using some foul language, and comes running and then throws the ball, that's when the proverbial rubber meets the road happens, right? Without that rubber meeting the road, how can you even be sure that the rubber is worth running on the road? So what is the use of the knowledge if it cannot be verified? So it's okay. It's okay. It's the good thing is, like how Shubhaji put it, there is a inner recognition. See, in this shloka, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Someone is going through this. It is a typical cycle of birth and death. My emotions rise, my emotions fall. And I get identified with my emotions. This is the typical cycle of birth and death for a Jivi. The one who has not yet taken a step towards the jnana, towards the realization of the self. So such a Jivi rots in hell. Meaning what? He has to go through the ups and downs of the mind. Why? Because the association or the attachment is to who I think I am. Because all these, the punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam is nothing but thoughts are rising, thoughts are falling. And I am getting connected because I am also a thought. Who I think I am is the naraka. Then I am the one in whose presence thoughts are coming and going. I am not the one who is thinking. I am the light in whose presence thinking is happening. Can you see the difference?
Yes, sir.
I am not the thinker. I am the light in whose presence thinking is happening. I am the light in whose presence whatever the vasanas of the mind are arising and are acting out. I am not the doer. And depending upon the vasana, action happens. And depending upon the action, the fruit happens. I am not the enjoyer. Because of the thinker is the one who is getting associated with doing and enjoying. Please see what you call as doing in your life, what you call as enjoying in your life, fundamentally boils down to thoughts. When you say, I am enjoying my mango, how are you enjoying your mango? You simply feel the sensations, and that is what you call as enjoyment. Enjoyment. The sensations, you are enjoying with the sensation. Because you've never really enjoyed with that mango. Nobody knows what that mango is like. It's the sensations that you always have enjoyed with. Whatever you call as your life is nothing but a play of various sensations coming, and depending upon the state of the mind, I want some, I don't want some, is where the raga and the dvesha. And when one is beyond that, meaning what? I am not what that is coming and going. Merit and demerit. When there is a merit, when I want something, when I see something as good, demerit, something is bad. Swarga, naraka. Where is that swarga? Oh, I wish I am like that person when it comes to, say, writing. Oh, I wish I am like that person when it comes to jumping. Oh, I wish I am like that person. Nothing wrong in having a certain benchmark. A game is not the problem. See, a game always has to have kind of bars, right? Or records to break. And that's what makes the game thrilling. But I am whatever that limited game that I'm playing is the limitation. Play the game. Absolutely play the game. So next time, when you wake up, you put the thought, today let me see how I can be like Prabhuji, smiling at everything, laughing at everything, and not at all being angry. It is said that, he's not been angry for the last 25 years. Okay, so let me also see how I can be like that. And then, in the evening, you make a list. Today, there were 23 situations. 21 of them I failed. 2 of them I passed. Okay, good. Tomorrow, can I pass 5? Great. So that's all the game is all about.
Yes, sir.
What stops you from playing the game like that?
It's very good idea, sir. I'll try. Actually, I have not been angry since many days, but don't know what happened yesterday. I think I should
Your husband must be really thinking. He would be thinking, my God, what has happened to my wife? She's not got angry for so many months.
No, he actually finds difference in me after I started attending these classes. But he doesn't reveal it to me directly. But when he speaks to me, I come to know. Indirectly, he tells me about it. But again, yesterday, I felt the impression that I made in his mind is lost. I mean, he had that impression that she actually is very patient now. That is lost again.
Says who, Deepaji? Did he tell it? No, that is again your assumption.
Yeah.
See, we assume so many things. That's the problem.
Yeah. Yes, sure.
Also, I feel that we have to only worry about the impression we make on our creator, no? Not on anyone else.
This is a very good game, sir. I'll play this game on a daily basis.
Yeah. So you can extend that game. Okay. How to be peaceful like Prabhuji. How to be loving like Amma. So like that, you can invent new games.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Very nice. Then the only way that game can be really played is when I have that inner clarity of who I am. Because fundamental root of all this naraka, swarga, is because I think I am something. So who I think I am, in that I only have to drop the thinking and know that I am the presence in whose light thinking is happening, which is the focus of our study also, Aparoksha Anubhuti, to realize who I am. So only in that clarity can then this game be effective. Not really effective. The only way it really can work is like that.
Yes, sir.
You can forgive your enemy, call your thought, which said, you have fallen. Forgive that enemy. And empower your friend, which says, okay, what would Prabhuji do in this situation? What would Amma do in this situation? Or take any of your gods or gurus, who you have a deeper respect for. What would they do?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there any other feeling that anybody has to? Yes, Shubhaji.
So just one small correction. I think I said Mura was the son of Bhudevi. It's not Mura. It is Narakasura who is the son of Bhudevi, and Mura was the general.
The guardian.
Yeah, the guard in Narakasura's army.
That's okay. We contemplated upon the Mura last session, the 5-headed demon.
Yeah. Padmaji was saying yes.
Yeah. When the senses, they are the guardians, right? And it is the thought, which is where the Asura called, the thinker. The thinker is the real Narakasura. And the thinker is behind the gates called these 5 senses. And he's
that was verse
sitting there, and he says, sitting there constantly judging. Good, bad, right, wrong.
Deepaji, it was Mura in your head who was fighting.
Yeah, Shubhaji.
So Mura is like the 5 senses, so they bring what they bring.
But Vijayji, so I still feel like all this discussion, there is this, we are strengthening this duality. Right?
So Sarananji, there are 2 aspects to our life. There is a so-called existential aspect, which is the pure easiness. There is a flow aspect. The flow is the play of the Shakti. So only when these 2 are balanced, then only it is complete, because they are not separate. So duality means what? Duality means I have a resistance to the flow. That is fundamentally what duality is. And how does the resistance to the flow comes? Resistance to the flow comes because there is a separateness, a Narakasura, a separateness called ego sitting and who's thinking and judging about the flow. So it is the resistance to the flow that is a fundamental source of all kinds of suffering in life. And the way to overcome that is by realizing who you are, that you are that easiness, and you are the flow also. Flow is also you only. Situation is also you only.
Yeah, there's no one outside. Yeah.
There is the situation, and the good in the situation is you, the ego is you, the jnana is you, the oil is you. So therefore, a wholesomeness is what has to be practiced. So when I say, okay, so I have nothing to do with the flow, okay, that is like Atma Darshanam, Brahma Darshanam, and Brahma Darshanam, Satya Darshanam. So both the aspects, that is when it is complete.
So there's, because I do go through what Deepaji is mentioned here, right? So the way I've been seeing is like having this what should I say, uh, setting up this goal for this body, that body mind, that it should be like this, should not become this, that. If yes, then like no good. Even that, it's like, okay, let's say you prick, the body will, you prick the hand will react. Can I say that, you know what, I did bad because my hand reacted? It's a play of it's the interaction that natural to it, that it happens. And same way, let's say, tired mind will react in a certain way. And I feel there's nothing wrong in that. Or is it that what I feel is what matters than what actually happened?
No, so what is the question? What is the question that you are
The
raising?
question is this, right? Like building, the more one sets about saying like should be like this, then only I have attained that state. Otherwise, I am not there. And this game can go forever.
True. So
Yeah.
that is why the whole idea is, see, fundamentally, the doer in me is the one who is making me do, and is the one who is also deciding, right? So what is that Shankaracharya is saying here in this particular shloka? The one who walks in the path that is beyond merit and demerit. Merit and demerit means what? Right and wrong, good and bad, want and don't want. And the one who has given up to yoga also. Yoga means what? I have to be complete. Right now I'm incomplete. Yoga means becoming complete. Yoga means a process of becoming complete, a tool by which I become complete. So even that has to be dropped, is what Shankaracharya is saying. However, the thinker in me may not realize this. So therefore, an empowering way of thinking will eventually bring the mind to a realization that any amount of doing will never bring perfection.
Yes.
Which is the beginning shloka of Upadeshasaram.
It
Ramana,
is.
he says, karma tajjadam. However, one has to come to that inner realization. It is not a thought that can bring that. It is not a, oh, that is what Shankaracharya ji, or that is what Upadeshasaram is saying. Because that inner maturity has to happen. Paripakvata. So therefore, till that paripakvata happens, the right approach would be to strengthen empowering thoughts, to strengthen seva, sadguru, satsanga. And then there comes a realization in which one can truly become free from the stems of the bondage. Trayambakam yajamahe, sugandhim pushtivardhanam, urvarukamiva bandhanat, mrityor mukshiya mamritat. It has to happen naturally. So therefore, depending upon the evolution, one has to look at, rather than suffering as a jivi, better to strengthen the empowering thoughts and do the right actions. look at the right role models. And then in that process, okay, when this happens, for example, success or failure happens, how is that the empowering one is in life? Okay, what is enabling them to be like that? That naturally will dawn upon.
Yeah. Just want to maybe like one last comment to Deepaji, right? So it's like the more one, so the mind wants to exist, or the ego in mind wants to exist, which is what this whole game is about, right? And the more I give attention or strength to that mind, which keeps criticizing, saying, "Oh, you did wrong. Oh yeah, I did wrong. I shouldn't have done this." The game is going to go on forever. Rather, you know what, that happened, done, and it's because and I can see it in a completely positive way that you're tired, at the tired body reacted that way, and what is that I can do now? I'll keep doing it now. And what is more important is now than what is in the past. But the moment I don't let this criticism from the past come again and again, which is what tries to keep the life running, right? Otherwise, the mind is nowhere, and we are all trying to reach that state where the mind settles down, right? And by focusing more on the present and not letting the past keep troubling, I think one will be in blissful state. Always. I was like, how far can I go? Can I go like 1 week back, 1 month back, 1 year back? There are things. It is just a script. Maybe it's written somewhere, and like I can read it and say, "Oh, I did this. It's bad." I feel like it is that ego in me that the mind wants to stand up and like stay relevant, and the game is about I'm not that mind, and it is just that in the presence of the light, the mind shows up, and that's it.
Yes, sir, Avananji. Actually, when the mind goes to the past, I keep reminding to be in the present. Otherwise, it will be like so many things that I might have done earlier, which I feel were wrong. All those things will kind of make me feel more guiltier. So better be in the present. I instruct my mind to do
Yeah.
that every time, whenever my mind goes to the past.
Yeah, we can do so many things in the present right now, right? And it is the game played by the mind. Like it wants to pull you to the past and say like, "Oh, you are trying." Right? Or it's the nature of the mind that it keeps playing the thoughts from the past. And if I get used to that, and like I'm going to live my life in hell of the past. Or like one should see like, if can the mind do this, only bring the good things that you did, and right? So then like you can be in bliss again there. But then like what is seen is the self-criticism thing comes up, saying that no, you are not there, you are not there. Like, see, you have done all these things.
So if past is hell, then future must be Swarga. There also there are different Swargas. There is a Hindu Swarga, there is a Muslim Swarga, there is a Christian Swarga. Be careful about which Swarga you choose.
No, I'm sure Everyone in this Atmajnana class is looking at the Swarga of that one with Brahman. That's it. Satchitananda Swarupi, and nothing, nothing there to affect. I'm the one done. At least the future we have the clear target. only the past, which cannot be erased because of the mind, can trouble. The future is looking very perfect, and it's about how the current can be used to go to the future or go back to the past.
All right. So, are there any other nuances to discuss here on this?
Okay, yeah, coming back to this sloka, yeah, it kind of. So you were saying, how is it the merit beyond merit who walks in the path of beyond merit and demerit?
Yeah. So, what is merit? Merit is seeing something good in something. What is demerit? Seeing something bad in something. So, where do you see good and bad? So, for example, let's say you put a seed. Is it a good action that you've done? Maybe the seed that you put, no pun intended, let's say is a the Congress plant. We used to call Parthenium as Congress plant. So let's say you put that seed.
It will destroy the land. Yeah.
So, so actions, when you judge, they result in good or bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outcome as a judgment.
Yeah.
So it is a judgment of the mind that creates raga and dvesha. I like something, I don't like something. So one may find merit in going and destroying others because there is a judgment that is the right path. And of course, they go to certain heaven where there are certain luxuries given to them, right? So, because that is what they believe in. So like that, when one is steeped in this judgment, which is coming from raga and dvesha, who is that who is steeped in that? The thinker. The one who I think I am. So the one who I think I am, for example, I think I am a whatever, you can start putting any kind of things here. I'm a man, I'm an Indian, I'm a Hindu, I'm a Muslim, I'm whatever that you think you are. That thinker is the one who now has certain judgments about whatever that is happening. See, space has no judgment about what form comes and what form goes. But let's say you put the same space and put a board that this is, I'm just giving an example, this is, say, some holy place meant for only some holy people. Then this space becomes exclusive. Now, is it the space that is creating this bondage? The space has no such bondage. It has least botheration what form comes and what form goes. It is you who's playing all this game. When you realize that, who is the one then in whose presence this game is being played? In whose light of awareness this game is being played? I am that light. And I am not the game that is being played. And as the space, you cannot be any more perfect. Because you are already perfect. You are Purna. Yoga means what? To become Purna. to become complete. You will never become complete.
And can I add that it is not that body mind becoming again perfect, complete. Can I say that?
As a body, you're never complete. As a mind means what? As a mind, which is a collection of thoughts. I am, say for example, I am, whatever you put. I am very good at mathematics. There's always somebody who's better than you at mathematics.
It's the moment it limits also, right? It limits.
Correct. So mind in terms of as a collection of such thinking or such thoughts, that is what I'm referring as mind. Sukshma Sharira. As a Sukshma Sharira also, I am limited.
Limited, not perfect.
And as an intellect which is operating on that Sukshma Sharira, I am limited.
Limited, yes.
So in that sense, as a body, mind and intellect, I am limited.
Yes.
But it is the same body, mind and intellect through which Sadguru operates. And when Sadguru is operating, the same intellect, body and mind can bring about various changes which are beyond what can be seen as even possible and impossible. So it is only by realizing Murari, Naraka Chaturthi. See, there is a fourth. Naraka Chaturthi, on the fourth day. So, Ganesha Chaturthi, fourth day. What is this four that keeps reappearing? Beyond the three states, yesterday, today, tomorrow, beyond the three gunas, Rajo, Tamo, Sattva, beyond the three states of my daily so-called processes, sleeping, waking, dreaming, is who I am truly, Turiya, the one who's there, in whose presence these states are coming and going. That is the true Murari. So therefore, you cannot be perfect. You will not reach that Brahman in the future. You are that. And you never were anything else.
Yes.
And you will never ever be anything else. That's why Shankaracharya ji also said, Yogarato va bhogarato va sangarato va sangavihinaha. Whether you are in some kind of a spiritual practice or whether you are in some kind of a so-called outer world enjoyment, doesn't really matter. What activity you are involved in doesn't matter. What matters is what is your inner realization. Asangoham, 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 punah punah.
Throughout, I'm the only one and there is no one else outside. I'm identifying. I cannot do help or harm to anyone outside me.
When you're helping yourself. When you're harming yourself.
Yeah. So why I got confused with this is, so the conclusion part of this verse is kind of, it didn't come out in English, or like I'm not able to see it. So it's like he just says rebels just as a child or a madman, which means like
Bliss.
That's what he meant to say.
Because bliss is your very nature.
Mm.
When you raise beyond wants and don'ts, good and bad, the three states, realize your true nature, Turiya. Your true nature is bliss. Sat Chit Ananda.
Okay.
All right. Does that bring clarity, Sarnoji?
Yeah. Also, actually, yeah, I think we will move on. Yeah.
You have a question or a statement?
No, maybe it was. I just wanted to tell Deepaji, but when she comes, I can.
All right. Anyone else? Any other points? Padmaji, Shubhaji, Deepa.
Vijayji, we can move on. Yeah.
Padmaji, Shubhaji, Rupaji. Am I audible?
Is it sir's connection, or I am not able to hear?
Yeah, there is.
Getting cut, yeah.
Okay. Looks like my internet is unstable. Am I audible now?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I was asking Padmaji, Shubhaji, Rupaji, anything else on this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Then shall we end the contemplation of 21, 22, and 23?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hari Om.